Exclamation, everybody, and welcome to my little universe. It is by Sodi and published by Say Games. It is a demo going on right now for free during the Steam Next Fest, continuing for the next couple of days. And unlike a lot of the other demos, I'm going to be recording video of this one. I've played a significant amount of because it just kind of grabbed me and pulled me in, and I was enjoying the heck out of it. I actually have almost 3 hours in the game. I'm going to start a new game so you guys can see what it looks like from the beginning. But I can at least explain, you'll get a very good idea of how the game operates from the very beginning. So, without further ado, let's let's see if hopefully my timers still work. We'll put 30 minutes on the clock because that'll be more than enough, I think, for you guys to tell what's going on. And let's go and do it here, my friends. Our new game. Yes. So it's WASD. F to pick up things and acknowledge things. Q and E are used to modify the quantity of crafting things, as we'll see when we come up to it. So we start with our level 1 axe here, and we need 10 logs to expand our little island here. And so the nice thing about this game is it is an automatically harvests and chops things for you. So you don't have to hold down the button to do anything. You just need to run next to something and it will take out the appropriate tool, whether it's an axe or a pickaxe or whatever, and it will go to town. It also means that, and all these things, as you can see, will reappear. So one of the other nice things is I can actually just stay here with my hands off the controls and it will just mine itself for a while. And this actually becomes important a little bit later on when you really need a lot of resources to do some upgrades, because you do upgrade your tools and whatnot as you go. So we got that going for us. More trees here to chop down. You can see there's all kinds of things off in the distance, and we will be getting there soon enough. Now this big in here that takes 150 stone actually takes a lot more than that, but it'll be our portal off-world. It's going to be our final destination once we take care of everything on this particular planet. So we'll see, and there's a lot to be taken care of on this particular planet, so it will take us some time to get there. Get this here. Now up the top there, it shows you your last 3 resources that you've collected, but everything actually just goes into your backpack here, so you're not losing anything. This is a saw, and this is where the Q and E stuff comes in. So I'm just going to make as many planks as I can. We know we only need 3, because we will need lots of them as we go. It's our first crafting equipment. That is how you obtain crafting equipment. You just basically uncover it by expanding your island. And that will continue running on its own until it either runs out of materials to keep going, or I put more stuff in it. So you don't have to monitor it, which is nice. And very useful. Alright, so we get 3 planks over here. This gives us the ability to upgrade our axe, but we need we need 5 metal, which we have not unlocked yet. We're getting there. See, we got our pickaxe. Will get us the stone that we need to make the metal. eventually. As you can see, this is where it gets into automatically chopping things for you. It gets it's a little bit dicey later on because there is some combat in the game, and a lot of times there are resources right next to where you're fighting somebody. As you can see, there's like little crabs there that ran off, and so it can get a little bit crazy, because you might end up hitting the enemy with your pickaxe instead of with your sword, which you'll eventually get. And obviously the pickaxe does damage, but not as much as the sword would. Now you can see there's stuff out in the water here. You can actually go out into the water, but there are sharks you have to worry about as you do so. So you have to be... Eventually we'll get some transportation and stuff. We'll help out with that. And this here is the thing that will make our iron. We need for our iron rebar that we need for our other crafting materials. Or our upgrades, I should say. Grab those. Grab that wood there. Nice and free. Here's where you sort of make a decision as to like what's more important to you, getting more area unlocked or making those other resources. It does give you a hint though, if the new area that you're going to unlock takes stone, say take stone and maybe wood logs, that's a good indication that you'll get both stone and wood logs out of the area that you're about to unlock. So they at least stay consistent with that, so you can kind of plan ahead. Is like, okay, if I unlock this, I'll get more of a stone resources here to be able to chop down, and then this will give me some more wood here. As you can see, it kind of completes the circle around the island a bit. Alright, then we need to do what we need to do to get these metal plates going. So I'm going to kind of open this a little bit. I think this other area here has some more stone on it. There's another big area of stone that we can use. Yeah, here we go. Help a bunch. And as much as it looks like there's more stone here than you could ever use, find out later on that there are other areas where you'll get more stone and more wood out of the resources. So there is reason to like expand over to other islands, because I'm only getting like one per swing here on these things. And upgrading the axe will give you a little bit more, but not much more. But then the resource veins are more plentiful on the other islands as you go around. It behooves you to keep on expanding. While also making sure to, upgrade your equipment too. Because like I said, there are boss battles and things that will come up too as we do. On that, upgrade my axe right now. There we go. I happen to know that the next area, there's some blue ore that will be uncovering as we go further this way with the island. Now this is not, from what I can tell, it's not procedurally generated. So this island is looking exactly the way it looked when I played earlier. So you're not necessarily going to get screwed over by like a bad procedural generation or something like that. Okay. So we got that going for us. That going. Alright, and this unlocks our upgrade for our pickaxe. We can grab right now. Now we can take down our spaceship and get a bunch of resources out of that. Boom, boom, boom. Need more wood. You can see with the upgrades we're cutting through them faster, and we're also getting a few more resources out of them, but not a tremendous amount. Here is our sword. We'll need that very soon. I need 15 more MacGuffins for it. I'll have to make some more iron. There we go. Some for free. That works as well. Read that. Bring it to blue. And then we can get even higher there with that. Now, the thing about the sword is it not only does it have a power rating to say how much damage it does, but it also determines how much health you have as well. So, why it's important to really focus on getting your sword upgraded before you start really getting into combat. Because again, the combat is sort of this automated swinging. Alright, so you can kind of, you know, juke the enemies a little bit, but for the most part, you're going to be relying on your character to hit them before they hit you. Sure we get all the possibilities for getting stone here. There we go. 350. out a bit. And again, like most sort of exploration crafty games like this, it starts off slow, but it does pick up a little bit. I mean, not tremendously, but it does tend to pick up at least a little bit as you go. Once you get the hang of what you're trying to do and you start to get the upgrades and stuff. 50 for that. Not quite there yet. 47. There we go. 50 now. Around that. Cool. And then we need a lot more stuff. What do we need there? 275 gold. Okay, we'll be getting gold as we go. And you can see now we're starting to unlock the blue resource. We need 150 stone for that portal there that's going to be made. So I might as well grab some of that too while we're going. Get another trip around the old island here. It was 150? Yeah, I think it's 150. We need there for that. Alright. Moving right along here. I would like to get to at least a little bit of the combat and stuff. So I'm going to try my best to progress us forward here, even without the little Stargatey thing. Don't really necessarily need. Yep. You got a crab over there that's going to be basically our first battle, essentially. Essentially. And we can get some more of these resources. Point is to get a whole lot of things to mine here. A whole lot of resource nodes. And we've got a little cave here. This is the next part we have to go into. That will actually get us to the next island. Once we go through there. What do I need for this? B5. Be worth doing here. I think I don't have enough here, I don't think, but let's see. Yeah, 21. some point you get to a point where you really need to go to another island to get enough resources to craft what you need in any kind of time frame. And this one here, I have the resources for. Go. The planks there, so let's go. Make a couple of those. Okay. And then right click, spin the camera around. I didn't realize it first. Took me a little bit to realize that. And here's some gold. Planks for free. Alright, what do we got over here? So still need 65, 275 gold, which we don't have. This I can upgrade though, right now. Yes, alright. Let's take on, despite not having this guy here, I think we can still take on this crab here. And I'll show you what it's like to try to get over to the next island. What that looks like. Cheese ball them like I'm doing. This is the old cheese ball method. Stand here and right on the shoreline. Not doing any damage to me. Don't have the hands on the keyboard or anything. Good old cheese ball methods. What I enjoy. Alright, so we got that, and now we can pick up all of that deliciousness there. Okay. These things for the road. Alright, we'll head inside. Now we're in a partially submerged area. Stones and stuff, and then we just gotta do what we always do. Unlock more areas. And we got sharks, and now we got some new resources. These gold resources. Here's where I say that the enemies can sort of get in the way of things a little bit, and end up hitting them with that, you know, not with your sword, but with whatever tool you have in you're using. And they do respawn in here. I'm not sure how I feel about the respawning enemies in this area. Some of the other areas don't have respawning enemies. So I feel like this area is kind of not... Excuse me. It's really not needed to have the respawning enemies, but it is what it is. I guess if you really needed to farm some gold, you could. There's another area over there we haven't unlocked yet, but we'll get there. Oh. Key, and we have our first boss battle. I swam the wrong way and got hit for my troubles. Ow. There we go. And I'll grab this gold as the pirate's booty. Go. Grab some more blocks here because I'm going to need them. We want to use this key to unlock the door to the other area. Lead us to the next island. That. Right, them up. And as you can see here, couldn't really see the first time through, there's a little secret cave right over here that you wouldn't see unless you moved your camera around. So, grab some of that. Alright, there's the key. This. And we have more sharks to contend with. It's got kind of a, in a lot of ways, having played like the Lego Star Wars saga and stuff like that, like it feels a little bit like that at times. You know, with the, you know, walking up to something and having it kind of build it. But I also like the way this sort of feels. Like I don't have to, you know, it's not hard on your hand. You're not constantly mining stuff by hand. You're just kind of moving yourself around. I guess in a way it makes it even more accessible for like mobile devices probably. Because you don't have to do much there with that. With like holding buttons down and whatnot. 116, I got it. I'm gonna grab these because they're giving me stone blocks I can use a lot of. And here's where I say, as you go into other areas, you start to get more of the resources that you were needing from the first area in order to complete some projects and whatnot. But it behooves you to just kind of focus on upgrading your weapons and tools and stuff. And not worry about the long-term sort of portal project that they have center of the island. Starting island. Alright, I do see that the timer has gone, but let's at least show you what this looks like. Over here and travel. And then we're now on to the next island in this area. And you can see there's a different resource now. That is needed to unlock some things. A red one. These trees are also giving a lot more wood. There we go. That. Boards there. Go. That is a guy that we rescue on this island. Once we unlock that part of the island. And he is actually our boat maker. So rescuing him allows you to then create a boat, which then you can use to sail between this island and the previous island and all that stuff. I don't think I need this actually right now. I think I've got plenty of boards just left over for a change of pace. What I don't have is the red gem resource, which is, I think there's a vein like right here. Yep, there. And that unlocks some more over here. Do you mind? Oh, and that's what I say about, like, I was hitting that guy with my pickaxe, not with my sword. That's why he wasn't taking a whole lot of damage. Alright. And in some ways, it's a little bit of an idle game too, because like I said, you can kind of just stand here and just let the resources regenerate, and it'll just keep mining them and mining them, so you can kind of walk away for 5 minutes, come back, and you'll probably have enough resources to do whatever you wanted to do next, without having to constantly run back and forth if you don't want to. So there we go. So as you can see, that's started the whole process of continuing our journey around this particular planet. And then if I get back up in here, I think well, I have plenty of stone right now. Good. Well, I have plenty of stone for at least the one thing I want to show, and then we'll wrap this up a little bit. Grab that, and we'll grab these just for the sake of grabbing them. brings us back to our initial island. For some reason, the sword reappears. I don't know why. I think that's just sort of a bug in the demo. It doesn't do anything. Like, I don't think it automatically upgraded me or anything like that. Or maybe it upgrades you to the red sword, maybe, which I already had. I don't know. So I'm not sure if it's bug or intentional or what have you. If I come over here, no, see, it still says I need the red sword. I don't have. I have the money for it, and we just need a whole bunch of the whatchamadoozits here. So wait, before I do that, let's go and put the 150 up here so you can kind of see where this is going. You can see how it takes like all the different resources that you're coming up with. I don't have 150 for that yet, but you can see it's building basically. It's building essentially a Stargate. The one thing I would say here is it's, you know, the art style is pretty good. This is one of those things where I would have maybe had the entire ring of the portal be stone, and then have like the other things like be different gemstones along the way. Kind of make, instead of having it be sort of flip-clop together like that, because there's like 2 more resources, the red and the green, actually 3 more that I combined to make the portal work along with something else. So it's, you know, kind of interesting if that wasn't, you know, if that art style was a little bit more, you know, if you were fleshing it out a little bit more than just kind of the way they have it. But, you know, it's a choice. It is what it is, and I'm not an artist, so I can't tell an artist how to do their job. But anyway, that pretty much wraps up. There are, as I said, the challenge gets a little bit harder as you go. There's a lot of little special islands that you come across. There's little special areas that you'll come across that you can use to grab some gold. This satellite that's spinning around, there is actually a way to grab the thing on top of it. In fact, you have to grab the thing on top of it in order to activate the portal. And that's something that you build along the way. And there are some more boss battle stuff, including a squid. Or I guess it's technically, it's an octopus because it had 8. But whatever. You end up facing a little bit later on. So, yeah, and I don't know exactly how long the demo goes for, because I actually got past this first island and moved on to the next area through the Stargate here, and it was still going. So I don't know. There's at least 2.5 to 3 hours of demo here, at least. So plenty to keep you going, friends. But yeah, I enjoyed the heck out of this. This has been a really fun little game. So this, my friends, has been My Little Universe. It is by Estati and published by Say Games. It's a demo for free right now, out during the Steam Next Fest, going on over the next couple of days, and it's coming soon. There's no date on when it will be reaching any kind of early access or release date of that matter that I could see. I would imagine, given how much is here, it might actually end up just being a full release at some point soon. It looks like they've put a lot of work into it, so very cool stuff. Very cool stuff indeed. As always, I will leave links down in the description so you can do your own due diligence. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and I'll see you next time.